Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we're going to go over some of the developments from the committee. Most people are focusing on the invitation the committee has extended to Ivanka Trump. And I get it. I understand that. It's symbolic in a way, finally getting somebody with the last name of Trump to be invited to come talk. That invitation will probably be declined and it will eventually be turned into a subpoena, would be my guess. And I understand why the focus is on that. You know, she was the fair-haired Goldilocks who was supposed to keep him in check. I get it. But I think there were far more important developments because we're starting to understand the mechanics of how they plan to retain power. Because, you know, we've kind of been operating under the assumption that there was a plan. It seems like there were multiple plans that were to work in concert and individually. We have the attempt to pressure the states directly, you know, through perfect phone calls to secretaries of states, asking them to find the votes, stuff like that. You had that plan, trying to just brute force it through and change the results. We're getting reporting now that let's just be polite, the alternate electors, the bogus electors, that was organized by Rudy Giuliani, somebody inside Trump's inner circle. The reporting is saying that Trump's inner circle was involved in getting these made and that these were to just kind of stand by. So if Pence threw out the legitimate electors, those would be right there and he could just substitute them. And then you have the actual events of the 6th, which could be used to pressure Pence to make the decision Trump wanted him to make. And we now have reporting of phone calls that went to Pence from Trump trying to get him to do it. It could be used for that, or it could be used as a pretext to invoke the Insurrection Act. The thing is, I am fairly certain that when the final history of this is written, we'll find out that the planning phases of this, the initial beginnings of this little coup attempt, we're going to find out that it started before the election even took place. Understanding the mechanics and understanding that it wasn't just a singular event, there's no way, with everything else that's been uncovered, that they can portray it as, oh, Trump just misspoke and those people went wild. Well, yeah, okay, well, what about this stuff over here? What about these documents that were ready to be switched out? We're beginning to understand the mechanics of how they were going to attempt the self-coup. And given some of the logistics involved in this and some of the early floating of the ideas, I think we'll find out that the plans originated before people even voted, because they had that little respect for the institutions, for the republic, for the country that he said he wanted to make great again. And then the one line that I think people should really, really note is a message that went from a member of the House Freedom Caucus. If you don't know, those are the right-wingers of the right wing, to the White House. And the message said that if Trump went through with what he was planning on the 6th, it would drive a stake into the heart of the federal republic. Drive a stake into the heart of the federal republic. It would end the United States. It would create a change of governance. If you were somebody who was on the fence about the seriousness of it. You have somebody in the House Freedom Caucus. These are the people that should have been aligned with him completely, sending a message warning that that's going to be the impact. I think that is probably the most important part of this. There were people in that caucus who realized the long-term effects of what was going to occur. And they warned the White House. But it didn't seem to matter. That's the part that people really need to pay attention to. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.